Cougars. This week we're working on melodic note names. We're going to look at a staff, 5 lines, 4 spaces, the treble clef, the names of the notes on the lines, and the names of the notes in spaces. So on your slides that I will give you in Google Classroom, you have note names, treble clef notes, line notes, and space notes. So let's break it down. If you start down here and count the lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is what's called a staff. That is where you write your music notes. This right here is treble clef, also known as a G clef because the center of it goes, the line in the center of the treble clef goes right to the pitch G. All right, starting from bottom to top, we use Every Good Boy Does Fine. The first letter of each word is your answer. So Every Good Boy Does Fine, or E, G, B, D, F. Space notes happen to spell the word face, F-A-C-E. Now some students say, Miss Tyndall, this note is sitting on top of that first line. Why is that not a line note? It's because the line must go through the note for it to be designated on a line. So here are your line notes. Every Good Boy Does Fine, or E, G, B, D, F, when you go from bottom to top, or your space notes, F-A-C-E, when you go from bottom to top. On the next slide, I want you to draw your own staff, treble clef, and notes. So here's how I did it. I went up to Tools, or I went up to the top, and I went to the Scribble to create a line. What I had to do, here's one, is you do not want to pick your finger up. You press it and keep it all the way down. However, I have to go back to the Scribble every time to write my staff. There's my third line. So I got to go back, hit Scribble, and do the next line. All right, let me do this line here. Whoops, it did not take. So what I learned from using this tool is that, there's the next line. We got one more line we're gonna stick in there. Here we go. I'm gonna put it here since I made it so big. All right, so that is how I drew my staff. Then I go back up here to this tool to Scribble. When I make my treble clef, what I learned was I can't pick my finger up, right? So I go down, over. I'm gonna have to retrace my steps, go around. And this part goes at the third line. So you can't pick your finger up. Then I go to Scribble, start at the first line. You're just copying what's on the first slide. All right, I go back to Scribble. I'm gonna go to the G line. I'm gonna write my G. Then I have to go back to pick Scribble, and I go to the B line. Now what I'm doing is I'm not picking my finger up because I learned the hard way. Let me show you what if I do that with D. So if I go to D and I pick my finger up and I get that far, that's all I get to do. And then I have to go back to this tool to finish it. So let me show you what to do with F. I keep coming back here to Scribble. I keep my finger down and I just retrace my steps to create that F. Whoa, what happened with that? If this seems a little like a lot of steps using this Scribble tool, I'm trying to put it here. There's my F. It keeps going away, but I don't know why. Just post a picture. Just draw me the treble clef staff. Draw me the staff, the treble clef, and the notes. Like you can do it like I did it here. Draw your 5 lines straight, and then your treble clef staff, and then write the line notes in there, and then write the space notes in there. So you can either draw 2 staffs with treble clef. You could either copy the line note staff and then do a separate space note, or you can draw this whole, write this whole line and space note staff. This is how I did it using this scribble tool, but I'm having to go back to this and hit the scribble tool every time to write it on the slide. So if you want to write the assignment, if you want to write the line notes and space notes on the stabs on your own paper and post the picture here. All right, that's your line and space lesson for right now. Every Good Boy Does Fine and FACE. Write it for me using the drawing tool, the scribble, and you have to keep your finger down the whole time and maybe retrace your steps to fill it out, or write it, copy it onto paper and post it here. Have a great week.